Canada, we're wasting 47% of all the food that we produce. 47%. Food waste is a huge driver of climate change as well. So if it were a country, it would be the third largest greenhouse gas emitter in the world, just behind China and the US. The really exciting thing about food waste is that 15% of it happens at the household level, which means that you and I can actually do something about climate change. So I think that's pretty cool. There are a very long list of very complicated reasons why we waste so much food, but two of the big ones is what I'm going to talk about tonight. The first one is aesthetics. We tend to have really high expectations of what we want our food to look like when we're shopping. So we want, the perfectly shiny red apple, the blemish-free pepper, but in reality, food doesn't grow like that so perfectly all the time. So you get things like this potato that has a little divot in it, but I'm pretty sure it tastes the same, and you're gonna find out tomorrow night. You can report back. Or this adorable little mandarin, just didn't grow big enough, but I promise it's pretty tasty still. And last but not least, the lone banana. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's just got separated from its bunch. No one buys lone bananas at grocery stores, it's a fact. You can eat it. You can eat your raw potato as well. The other big reason why we waste so much food is date labels. We tend to conflate best before with expiry, but they're very different things. Expiry dates are about nutritional specifications, and in Canada, only 5 foods expire. And there are things like baby formula and supplements and meal replacements where you really rely on those specific nutrients. But literally everything else, including milk and meat, it's all about best before dates. And those are about freshness and quality. And so what that means is that your senses are gonna be a much more accurate gauge of that food rather than the dates. So when you talk about milk or yogurt, those are often perfectly good to eat weeks after their dates. This yogurt is not opened. The date is May 6th, and I even brought a spoon. Blackberry flavored. This will probably cost like $7 in the store. You're welcome to indulge right now if you like. This very expensive tiny piece of cheese from Whole Foods, $5.59. Best before May 2nd. There's no mold on that. Eggs are another really great example of things where the best before date is usually very inaccurate. They will often last weeks, if not months, after their date. And there's a really cool way to know if they've gone bad or not without breaking them open. You put your egg in water and it sinks. Ideally, you don't crack it in the process. It's good to go. Put your egg in water and it floats. This one's angry. Whoa. Compost it. Compost it. I brought this. It's not past the date, but it has this really cool date label. It's an initiative by Too Good To Go, and it says, "Past my date, look, smell, taste." So if you don't believe me, it's a thing. Senses. Use your senses. So the moral of the story, buy the ugly produce, look for that 2-legged carrot, the wrinkly pepper, the lone banana, and trust your senses over those date labels.